Hello, Virgo. It's Oh My God Tarot, and this is this is your September tarot card reading. It's almost Virgo. Wait, is it? It's Virgo season. It's Virgo season. Happy birthday, Virgo! And let's get right into your reading. We're just gonna see what pops up. What up? Using the pre-Raphaelite tarot deck. And here we go. This one's for you, Virgo. Happy birthday. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. All over the world, you can hear the sounds of lovers in love. The Lovers, your first card, associated with your dear friend Gemini, who is ruled by Mercury, just like you. The Lovers speaks to heart-centered decisions around people you care about, where you'll be like, you know what? We're going to have to go separate ways, because that's for... You need someone who's the best for you, and I am not the best for you, and I want you, but I need to do what's right for you because I care about you more than anything. It's a noble type love. And that's what's coming up in the beginning of the month. Heart-centered decision. It's still decision making though. So I'm on my tippy toes. Then, oh my goodness, Virgo, we have the Empress. Okay, so it's giving more relationship centric. Could be the mother archetype. It could be lover, sister, auntie, grandmother. Feels like more lover. Because the Empress, it could be like the mother in your life, the mother of children, you becoming a mother, mothering, AF. The Empress represents luxury, contentment. She's associated with Venus. I don't know, I think the Lovers and Venus have a thing going on, if you ask me, but maybe that's just my house. The Empress is just like this whole aura of contentment. I feel like, upper middle class type housewife. Like, I'm chill. Because why not? I have yoga in the morning. I'm chill. I have my own yoga studio type vibe. But also we have to acknowledge the three aspect of this. Usually with child, usually protected, nurtured, and usually the love in her life is what's adding that love of a child. So it's like a 2 become 1 or a +1, 3. Together we are creating an extra or another 3. So there's that. You got a lot of love vibes in your theme here. Ooh, then we have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles talk about it. Standing still. Being stationary. Holding your cards close to you. It feels strange, Virgos. It feels like we're talking soulmate, first of all, with the Lovers. We're talking that queen, that contentment, but like still, queen is sitting very stationary, just like the Four of Pentacles would indicate. I feel like for a lot of you Virgos, things are going well. Feelings of a little bit of complacency. Yeah, it's good. But I feel like something's missing. 2 cards in reverse is your themes. I feel like there's something it's like what's in front of you right now. You could say, oh yeah, no, this is good. Good living. But there's something that is pulling you back from what could otherwise just be joyful. It's like not having everything. Almost you're good. You have a Thanksgiving dinner, all the food, everything's great. No dessert, and you were in the mood for dessert. Okay, you know what? That's a bad night to pick because that's a lot of food. Thanksgiving night, all the food is immaculate, delicious even. No turkey. Turkey burnt. It's like, oh, it's great. But yeah, I can't help but notice that this turkey's missing on a day that was for turkey. But that's okay. I'm gonna live. And it feels like something is like missing. It's that twin flame? Is that soulmate? Is it like this decision that you made that is causing this to be missing? It's like when you did something noble, it's like, no, you deserve better than me. You gotta get out of here. You gotta find somebody better. But then you didn't realize that there'd be a hole in your life, in your heart, and you thought it would like fade away, you'd be able to fill it with other stuff, and then you're just like, it's still there. And life would be good if this person were here. Four of Pentacles. It feels like there's like a, that stationary thing. It just feels like maybe there's like a no movement. No movement at all. No ripples of hope. No ripples of, you go 4, 3, 4. No, 6, 5, 6, 3, 4. 6, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay. 6, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. We're descending. It wasn't a good decision. I don't think. I think you are. I think that this 4 of Pentacles means that like there's a lot of, you're holding your cards to you because you want to look like it's all good. I can see a Virgo doing that. Like, I just want things to look like I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not hurting without you. You'd never do that. You'd never be like, I'm suffering without you. Never. Unless you got to talk to them privately. All right, let's see your spread. Okay. Ace of Wands. 3 of Swords, Virgo. Then we have the Sun, followed by the 9 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Chariot. Eat it up. I'm gonna have a sip of water and feel free to meditate on this. Woo! Okay. Ace of Wands, 3 of Swords, the Sun. Okay. Okay. You can see why this person holding their cards closed. Okay. Okay. Because I was suspicious about that 3, and then I see this 3 of Swords, and I'm like, okay, so what? So what are you talking about? There was a third-party situation. Oh, okay. So there may have been cheating. There may have just been a little too close for comfort type transition into another relationship type. There might be somebody else plotting, scheming, a collaboration, if you will, behind your back. So there might be just a layer to this that involves, I can't just be like, oh, hey, how's it going? There's like, there's an element of like, you better, like, even if you want to come back, you're not sure you can. Holding your cards close to you so that you don't feel rejected, or so that you don't go somewhere you're not wanted and intrude. So it's just kind of like a stalemate, not moving anywhere with someone. Feels like someone. Feels like faces. Ace of Wands, I feel like it starts with like an inspiring thought. So that to me is like you're listening to the radio randomly because your phone cord randomly didn't work because you always listen to your phone, and the radio plays that special song that reminds you of that special person, and for some reason that night you have a dream about them, and you realize hearing that song set off a series of events where you started to think about this person. Ace of Wands, remember that Wands is like igniting a fire when it's on number 1. There's a little bit of confusion here, being in the clouds, kind of daydreaming or actually dreaming. So, but it feels like a seed of inspiration as far as like setting off a chain of either actions or thinking that lead to actions. Three of Swords, we already know. Third party situation probably haunts you, probably thinks like it's in the back of your head, if not the back of their head. And that situation is probably very childish. We have the Sun. The Sun speaks a lot about that Leo energy. Of course, you can't think about Leo without thinking about that ego, because they are ruled by the Sun, as you can see here. And you can see the child. And this short-footed horse, donkey, if you will. But the Sun also with that is a point of like passion, a point of drive, a point of kind of that trailblazer energy. It's like a fire that's ignited in somebody, just like that Ace of Wands. This is more of an idea. This is more of like excitement and enthusiasm for actions. Much like it shows, like a little baby hippie type vibe with like a flag, like, yeah, and I'm naked too. And I got curves for my iceberg. I don't know why they gave them those. There's rainbow energy, sunflowers. It's all gravy. Everything's fruitful. Happy, joyful, yellow. So I feel like that's an inner child type vibe instead of like you're having kids. It's more like at the root of it all, the joy, the happiness, when you go down to your childlike state. This person might be somebody you've known from when you were a child, or somebody that you have access to your child. They make it easier for you to access your childlike state when you're with them. Be silly. Be a silly goofball. You like this person. And I think that maybe throughout your life you realize that value, that aspect of personality is so important to you. And when you were with them, you didn't notice that. You didn't care. But now you're like, oh, what I wouldn't give for a little chuckle. A little Nikki 9 door. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting card, because it speaks to independence and being recognized for being kind of somebody like that holds their own. So not somebody who's really like kind of a pushover, not somebody who can't stand on their own 2 feet. I feel like 2 feet. Did I just say that? Nine of Pentacles upright is a successful, calm, content person who is abundant and calm because of this abundance. It's almost like an empress. Wink, wink. And this card is in reverse, so I feel like even if this person, and this, it feels like the person that we're talking about, or the vibe that you carry is similarly, could be that this is a vibe of somebody who has what they need in life, that doesn't want to take advantage of anything other than the connection, the emotions, because this part is fulfilled, the Pentacles part. So the lifestyle, I guess the income, the money. You know, not saying there couldn't be improvements when you merge. Not saying they couldn't use a lottery win. But they may be holding their own. And I think that, like, it's almost the same vibe as, like, yeah, but something's missing. Or maybe they just need a little more. Or, like, there's something on the side. Or there's some little bit disruption to that. It may not be perfectly perfect, but for the most part, holding their own, very independent. You know, it's still connected to this, like, free-spirited, childlike energy. Also, the Magician next to it is, like, especially in reverse, it feels kind of like a little bit of that magical element from the Magician, the manifestation element. I feel like this is like part spiritual, part practical, part spontaneous, and part well thought out. Because the Magician is like giving us the theme that things orchestrate themselves and work themselves out, and timing works itself out to where a connection can occur. I mean, it is a 1, so it's like the beginning of a connection, but I feel like with this card being in reverse, maybe it's like right before the timing is right. And then we have the Chariot with the drive and the determination. I think that, like, it's like, don't rush anything with somebody that you're connected to, especially with the delicate Three of Swords situation. I feel like this month is showing that there might be just, like, you might just start thinking about it again. You know, you might just start thinking about it again, and you might start realizing aspects that make you feel happy, fond, things that you relive that genuinely make you feel like childlike, or anything connected to that energy. I think that, like, it acknowledges that you may be different. You may be in a different place. You, like, mature, recognized as a stable person, a grounded person, or it could be the other person recognized as this, with a little something missing, a little something missing. But the way things work out, the timing of realization of things and understanding things, the pace of learning, it's like that twin flame or that soulmate connection is where usually there's, like, well, I guess this for twin flames more so, but you separate, you learn your lessons at different speeds at different times, and if you're supposed to, then you reconnect at a time where both of you have a level of understanding that lines up, and it's like, oh, it feels like it makes sense. Like, the ending felt like the perma ending felt like we don't understand each other. We're different people. Like, no. And it's not like, hope for this to come back for the next 20 years or anything like that. It's just, if you should happen to come back the next 20 years, then it's like, oh, wow, now the story feels like it went somewhere. Like, it all came up to this point. Magician. Orchestration. Long-term orchestration. Oh, you want to show that you're soulmates? Okay, well, let's separate you for 20 years, and if you still have feelings, boom, then you're like, oh yeah. And it's like, thanks, you know. But, yeah. Chariot's also in reverse, so I see, you know, I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot is giving kind of like this, like, lack of movement because you want to hold your cards close to you. But the Chariot is more connected to water because its association is Cancer. And that's telling me that it's more of like a sensitivity than anything. Like, you're holding your cards close to you because you're sensitive about the rejection part. Is that it? Or like you're afraid to unearth this situation again because it could go multiple ways that aren't good. Or who knows? This Ace of Wands, it shows like maybe the curiosity will get the best of you. I don't see any wands here, so who knows? Maybe it's just something that you'll think about for a bit and maybe not act on. But maybe this realization is just setting off the thinking component of it and the realizations. And then, boom, in the next couple of months, we'll see you all like, okay, so I made a phone call. So I sent the hey big head text. Yeah, so there, that's what that is, Virgo. But it seems like an interesting month ahead where, you know, this person seems to be on your mind, and the curiosity from that could manifest itself and create this story that you never knew you needed to be a part of. But some of you, it hit where you're like thinking about the soulmate, and this kind of provides validation that there are things to kind of contemplate before that. But as far as wanting to hold your cards close to you, should you have to? Like, should you, like, would they, is it a bad thing to, you know, use that Chariot energy upright and act? Well, there's secrets. There's things you don't know. You've been warned. The moon is right there. There's things you don't know. Right? And I think that there's a distorted perception of reality to figure, because your idea of what was going on is different from their idea of what was going on, and or they may see things differently now, completely differently now, or they may see, you know, like, it could be anything. So your perception of reality might be warped because of your positioning in the situation. Always consider that. You could also be dealing with a Pisces. The Hangman feels like a lot of waiting. Lots of waiting. Hangman is connected with Neptune, who is also connected with Pisces, so you may be dealing with one. And that rules a lot of, like, 12th house stuff. Like, you're spirituality. So, you know, this person's deep and they think things through thoroughly, emotionally intelligent and empathetic and compassionate. So it's giving somebody who has had the same perspective for a long time. So if you're worried about that, they you know, they might be the same. Like, if you know them to be, always have been a bit of a hothead, then perhaps that perspective has not changed. If you know them to be a little bit of a caring person or compassionate or forgiving, or, you know, that may not have changed just because, you know, third party situation. I don't know what positioning you're in this one or what positioning they're in. Like, maybe some of you guys are worried that, you know, there was a third party situation and they're still with that third party. Maybe you're worried about that, and, you know, their positioning may not have changed, but that might be a secret, you know, depending on how you come at them, if you know what I mean. Okay, Virgo, so there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and, you know, have a look at my Etsy shop. Why not? I sell candles, I sell fragrances, like, just, you know, have a look-sees, have a like-sees, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, Virgo.